Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Micks Mowers, and in today's episode is the last video of the job lot, Lawnmower number 8. So far I've been able to get 7 out of the 8 running, so it would be a terrible shame not to get this last one. However, it is the Tecumseh and they're not my favourite of engines. I don't mind working on them, they're just not particularly reliable and they're a bit of a pickle for getting on parts and what have you. I can't test at the moment because the pull cord is actually broken, so the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to bring it in, get the pull cord off, put a new pull cord on it and test it from there. That's the best I can do. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty and let's look at this Tecumseh Lawnmower number 8. Right, let's give this one a go then. So I'll remove this pull cord assembly. And that's done via moving a compilation of bolts, a couple of 10 mils on the front, 2 there. I've got a 8 mil, I think it's 8 mil, might be 10. Yeah, 8 mil. On the side, one of them, and I think these at the top have got to come off as well. He says, I'll cut the 10s hidden down the back here. Yeah, they're not very simple. That's why I thought there was 2 more bolts. One just there, and one over the other side. That's it. That should now give me pull cord assembly. Oh, another 8 mil in there. So that's, I think it's, what's that, 6 bolts total. Right, that's got to be it. Yeah. That comes off. Let's grab the 8. There's a pull cord. And the spring, I think it's in there. Yeah, it's working. Let's get over the other side and we'll renew the pull cord. Let's see how we get on then. I think there's fuel in there. There is some fuel in there. Let's give it a couple of primes. Go for a start. All for the pipe's not on. Just notice that it's not all the way down either. Let me just correct that quickly. Well, I can't believe it, but yeah, she fired straight up. I want to have that spark plug out because that looks about as old as me. I mean, the deck isn't in brilliant condition. The plug looks alright, but it's very, very warm. Let's get rid of that. Let's put a new one in. Only because the plug looked well old. We've only got about 150 hours on these plugs. The drive all works, so super happy with that. Let's look at the air filter. I don't have an air filter for this, but I'll give it a good clean off, get rid of all the debris that's in there, give it a good blow off, and come back. Okay, air filter's been blown right out with my old air compressor. It was actually really bad, really dusty. So that's got a bit more life left in it. So these are just cheap mowers that I'm just knocking out. So I'm not even advertising these as serviced. But for what it was, it'll be a lot cleaner. Try and get that air filter on, might be able to help. I don't keep Tecumseh bits in. Hold on that way. Right, plug's done, air filter's done. Let's check the oil out. See what that's looking like. Not very good. So it's got the minimum and maximum line here. And no oil. So let's suck out what there is in there and then renew it with some new oil. They probably smoke like hell now. I'll get this filled up and I'll come back. Right, that should be enough. Let's now have another little look. See how we're doing. Yeah, bang on. Exactly where I want it, just there. That's good. Right, all's in. So I hope it won't smoke, but it could, stands every chance of smoking if it's been running oil. It could be a smoker. But there's a bit of paint damage on here. This is going to be a cheap mower. I'm going to get a bit of a spit and polish to make it look a bit better. Let's see what the blade looks like. Yeah, the blade's got to come off. It's got to have a new edge put on it. It's not battered, it's just blunt. I'll do it now. The rest of the deck looks okay. Belt looks fine. So I'll give it a quick sharpen. And I'll come back and then just want to tighten up these handles. They're a bit loose. So if there's a bit of play in them, I want to tighten them up. Right, I just want to put a cable tie around here because it's just catching that bin when I put the box on. Just have that out of the way. Right, let's give that a run. See what happens. I shan't prime it. Maybe I will. I don't know if putting that cable tie on was a good idea. Let's try that. Seems to be running a bit better there. It was running before I got hold of it. Just remembered I didn't gap it because these are new plugs just come in. Gap is a bit big. That can make all the difference. Yeah, a bit big. Try that. What would I like in my salad?
Yep, we've got Scotch eggs, pork pie, chicken.
I'll have Scotch eggs, pork pie and chicken.
Can I have 2 little pork pie?
Say again, Mum.
Can I have 2?
You can have whatever you like. You help yourself. Right, let's give that a go. Regapped it. My word. What's occurring? The
prime bulb's got a bit of a split in it. I can just see it. Yeah, it's perished. I don't know if I've got a spare one for those. I'll put some fresh fuel in as well. There's no saying how old that fuel is. Sod's law, but it started up when I didn't want it to. That fuel looks really good. Doesn't smell very good though. Right, I'll have that fuel out. Doesn't smell very nice. There's the old fuel. It is yellowish, and it does smell stale. So let's put some fresh in. Let's put plenty in there. Got no leaks. I don't want to take the carburetor off really, unless I've got to. I don't know if that's perished or not. Let's try that. Yeah, trying to. Okay, all back together. Just gonna give it one pull, just for sort of argument's sake, just to ensure I'm not going crazy. So we've got a spark, got all the ingredients we need. We did have. Nothing. Right, let's turn it around. And let's have a look at this carburetor. It can only be carb. It can only be carb. It can't be anything else, in my eyes. Let's bring it around. So this is a bit weird. Just want to double check, see if I am getting any fuel. Indeed. Up inside there, so I'm grabbing my torch. Right, take the air filter off. First thing I want to do is just want to double check, see if I'm getting a prime off of this carburetor. That's priming. That's priming all day long. Look at the fuel coming out. So why won't that fire? I don't see much sense in taking that fuel off if I've got a working carb. This is really weird. HT looks fine. I'm getting a spark. Got compression. Where that governor spring set up is all a bit sticky. I might give that a bit of a clean. That might help. Okay, this is puzzling. Just clean the governor up. As I say, I can prime that till the cows come home. And it is priming. Here comes the fuel. So I have a decent prime. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to prime a load of fuel through. Because it might be old fuel that's in there. Let me get a rag. Just want to prime a load of fuel through. Okay. Right, I'm going to take that bottom bowl off. Just want to see what's inside there. Just to see the condition of it. Cool. Let's get my clamps ready. Because that's going to want to leak. Because there's a main jet in there. It'd just be interesting to see. If these are a bit of a pickle to get off, the whole carburetors. But there's a hole in there, see, and that looks pretty gummed up to me. Yeah, it's gummed up. So I'll give that a clean. Hi Riley.
Are you cute again?
Yeah.
I say hi.
You can say, of course you can come and say hi.
Where is she?
They'd love to see you.
Tiffy. Tiffy, Daddy.
Hang on mate, 2 seconds. I'm in a bit of a mission here at the moment. This O-ring's not playing ball.
And a she.
I think I'm not careful, I'm going to lose it.
Daddy.
Yeah.
I say hi.
I think I have 2 seconds mate.
Hi, YouTube.
I think this O-ring's had it as well. I've got it, but it's well knackered. And look at the stuff in there.
Daddy.
Look at it.
Daddy.
Yeah.
I say hi.
Yeah.
Hi, YouTube.
Let's say hi back. So
Come back.
looking at this
Daddy.
Carburetor, this main jet that's plugged.
What's that?
The bowl's smashed. For a quick fix, this is now going to be a full carburetor clean. And I want a new O-ring now because that's no good. And I might be lucky, I might have a spare to come to the engine around the side with an O-ring on it. I'll have to have a look. But yeah, next move on to removing the carburetor. Okay, so to begin with, a couple of 8mm on the top. That should loosen up the linkage. And there's one arm that comes off the back of a governor that sits on the top of that and goes in the nearest hole. So it's the one on the governor arm on the bottom with the spring that goes on that hole just there. Got one more arm to remove in a minute once this carburetor is loose. But you've got to get a 10mm spanner. And undo these. There's one here to do. Now you can remove the muffler, which makes it even easier to get to, but I don't. So that comes off. And there's one at the back here to do, which I can't even see for dirt. Word. A bit of a clean up for you, even try and get to that. Right, to remove this second one, you can only get sort of quarter of a turn at a time on here. So you can either remove the pull cord, assembly again, or you can take the muffler off. So I'm going to go for the pull cord. I'm sort of glad in some ways I did actually find that carburetor, because it would have only come back. So back into the pull cord, let me get it stripped down and I'll come back to you. So my mistake, I've actually been talking to you guys, you've not been there, but I've removed the pull cord off of the engine and just have one bolt left, which is over the back here. With the pull cord assembly off, you can get a spanner behind there to remove it and disconnect the carburetor. So I do apologise for that. So on here, that's actually a little tiny filter there, just there. Little tiny filter, and you can see how much rust and stuff is actually on that. Give that a clean. All that stuff. So all that rust is coming off. So that's all got to run. Now, one trick is with these carburetors, you won't be able to get these carburetors to prime if these two screws are not in place. If they're not in place, this carburetor will not prime. I got it to drop, but that'd be about it, I'd say. They're pickles to get out of these ones. It's dropped down, but I need to get it out if I can. So let me get an Allen key in there, try and push that down. The Allen key set, or incomplete Allen key set. I do need a new complete Allen key set. I've lost them over the years. This Allen key can go into the carb, down to the hole, push it down, and try to work that tube out. And with all the luck in the world, you'll get the tube out, which is there, but you won't get your Allen key back out. There's a little tiny bung on that. That's all had it. I think this carburetor's had it. It's all broken. Now I don't think I have a spare carb for this, because there's no way that's going to seal. I don't think. So this little job may be put on hold until I can locate a new carb, and good luck with that. Right, well the simple answer is I don't have a Tecumseh O-ring to fit, and these SVs are a different size altogether, so they're no good. So this video will be on hold until I can try and source some parts. I need an O-ring and possibly a little tiny ring for the inside jet if I can source them, but they are pickles. If not, I might try and find another carb for it, but don't really want to be forking out for that really. But we'll go with it, we'll see what happens. Once I get the parts in, if I can get them in, we'll be on a bit of a winner hopefully, and get this little Tecumseh up and running. But it ain't going to run until I get a new O-ring at least, and a little tiny seat for that jet. Right, so we're back on mower number 8. I've got my donor carb in, which was given to me by Roy's a boy, so hopefully it'll do the trick. Now he did say that it wasn't clean, or he couldn't guarantee it had been cleaned, so I just spent the past half an hour running it through my cleaner, just trying to find the right socket. I need to arrange my sockets so they're not where they should be. So what I'm going to do is just going to remove very quickly the carburetor off of this one. So that will now sit on there. I'm going to re-hook up the fuel line, put that on, and then re-hook up the clip. That's it. And now starts a process of putting it all back together, which is the exact reverse of what I did beforehand. And that one done, I can now release the fuel, give it a squeeze the other way. That's it, plenty of, good enough there. I've got a couple of little tiny 8mm to put up here for the throttle. One there, and one there. That they do have an adjustment on there, so I'm going to push it all the way forward to begin with. See how we get on. I've got a leak coming from the carburetor somewhere, which could just be a 13mm. I don't know if I tightened that up fully yet. I don't think I did. 13mm. That's not actually stopping. Got a leak. So let's stem the flow, see what's occurring. It has reduced it. I don't want to tighten that up anymore because it'll just shear that main jet in there. Let's try one more time. That definitely got a leak. So let's have that off. See what's occurring inside there. Can't You had to move. What have we got on there? It's a 13. Ouch. That's working as it should. Once that bowl's full, it should stop, which it is. Let me just try and reseat this bowl a bit better. If not, I might be using another bowl. I can't remember what I did with my old one actually. I don't give it too much physic because it'll shear it off. Let's see how that does. See if that improves it any. Not seeing no leaks as of yet. There you go, it's leaking again. Can't tell where it's, I think it's actually leaking out the bottom. I think okay, so we have an issue now. We've got our carburetor's not going to work because it's flooding. Let me try and find the old carburetor. No fuel coming out. Release the float. Yeah, so that is actually working as it should do. So I'm going to change bowls as well. So it might be a problem why Roy gave me that anyway. As I say, he's not 100% certain the reason why he had it spare, so I'm going to put this other one on. And fit that one. On goes that one. Bit of washer, you know, the O-ring. Right, let's try that, see what happens. Let's wait for the fuel to come down through. It's got to fill up first. Right, I'll say that's got it. No fuel coming down, so yeah, it was probably this the fibre washer had gone, or the seat had gone here somewhere on this one. Probably the fibre washer was had it, but that's not leaking, so that's good. I'll put it back together. There's still some spares to there to have, so it could have been the bowl, could have been a number of things. That goes over there. That's all on. That's all on now. I want to see if the carburetor's going to prime. Let me just grab my torch and see if it will actually prime. Can't see a great deal. There you go. So yeah, it's priming. Good. So we have a priming carburetor, which we had that before anyway with this one. I'll leave the muffler off. I want to turn the lawnmower around now because it was leaking oil, and I think it's just because this is loose. Somewhere here it's loose, so let me just spin it around quickly. Now it's leaking oil out of here, and I think it's just this one here. It wasn't dropped down enough. I think that's all it was. I hope it was anyway. So let's just seat that a bit better. Oh, that's loose fair. What was that just moved? That's a bit loose on there, it's just 10mm. Yeah, that's loose. Right, let me just tighten all this lot up. It's just a little bit slack in places, so just want to nick it all up, make sure it's all where it needs to be. And then we'll take it outside and we'll go for a start. I've just got my suspicions it's not going to have it. Don't have no confidence in it. It's just that I've had the companies before and they are a pickle. Some go, some don't. And there's just no, there's nothing in between, you know. It's just they either run or they don't. And the funny thing is with this one, it was running before I started to muck with a carburetor, but the carburetor was absolutely shot. Well, that's all down. I put the air filter on. I'm going to leave the cover off for now. I'll put that on if it fires up. Right, let's get it outside and have a look to see what's going to happen. It's had a new spark plug in it as well, all that sort of good stuff. So there is no reason why it shouldn't fire. It's got a priming carburetor and all that sort of good stuff. So let's get it outside and fingers crossed. Right, here we go. Fingers crossed, eh? Any fuel in it? No, no fuel. That might be why it's not leaking. Need to check here now for leaks. It was priming. Okay, 2 ticks, bit of tinkering. Right, just done some linkage swapping. I put the governor arm, one of the governor arm onto the carburetor flap and the spring onto this top metal plate, so it's ran the wrong way. So let's give that a go, see how that works. So there you have it, Lawnmower 8 of 8. I can't even remember how much I purchased those lawnmowers for. Someone will probably jog my memory. I think off the top of my head it was about 50 quid. I think they came in at around about £6 a pop, something like that. The Tecumseh, without a doubt, has been the hardest challenge I've faced out of all 8. But special thanks goes to Roy the boy for sending me the donor carburetor. I had to give it a clean and I had to just swap a few bits off of the original carburetor. I think it's just a bowl problem. So thanks Roy for that, much appreciated, and that's what this YouTube community is all about. I've now got a lawnmower. Yeah, it's a bit tatty and all the rest of it. It'll only sell for about 40-50 quid, somewhere in there, but it will sell. But I'm well chuffed. 8 lawnmowers, and I've sold all of them bar
one, I think. Not the Tecumseh, the little Sovereign, I think it's still left to go. No one's picked that one up yet. But all 8, all up and running, and I'm super chuffed. So it just goes to prove you can buy some old lawnmowers in some cheapos, and with a little bit of help from other people and just a little bit of intelligence and common sense, you can get all 8 running. So I'm super happy. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Mixed Mowers. The Tecumseh was a particularly tricky one for me. I don't like the Tecumseh, but however, I've got to work on them because that's what's come in, so I can't pick and choose. Thank you very much. Don't forget to whack the old bell on your way out, give the old thumbs up, and subscribe if it's your first time in watching Mixed Mowers. And I hope you look forward to seeing the next video very soon. But until then, don't forget, take it easy.